Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Lomar Maminus and my metric card was 2023661442. Prives to use druze alek toros kotore somatre eto video. Okay, so there is more like greetings in Russian words for my lecturer and my becoming friends. So it's my pleasure to welcome all of you to this exciting journey about me in explore about Khabarovsk, one of the most fascinating city in the Russian Far East. Today, we are not just learning about a place on the map. I'm about to discovering a city rich in culture, history, backgrounds, and others environment in Khabarovsk. So stay tuned. Okay, so here we want to know about the background. Okay, the first background is about map. Khabarovsk is located in the far east of Russia, near the border with China. On the map, you can find it in the southern part of Russia. It is not far from the Pacific Ocean, and it lies along the Amur River, one of the longest river in the Asia, which also form the natural border between Russia and China. Okay, if you look at a map of Khabarovsk, which is the region it belongs to, Khabarovsk city is positioned towards the south, making it one of the main centers of population, transportation, and administration in the area. Okay, so next we talk about Khabarovsk flag, which is Khabarovsk flag features a Siberian tiger on the left, which is in a blue side, and a bear on the right, which is in the red side, grasping a yellow shield with a blue reserve pal and a red fish. The Khabarovsk coat of arms is represented by the flag. So next we want to talk about geographical features. Okay, Khabarovsk is situated in the Russian Far East on the banks of the Amur rivers, which flows near the China border. As I said before this, okay, the city is surrounded by a mix of rivers, forests, and mountain, and it features a temperate monsoon climate with hot, humid summers and very cold winters. The geography includes both flat and mountain terrain with several lakes and a long Pacific coastline in the wider Khabarovsk region. Okay, so next we want to talk about the origin name of Khabarovsk before it called Khabarovsk. Okay, so this is the statement. The Treaty of Aigun, which was signed in 1855, gave the region to Russia. In honor of Yerofey Khabarov, the Russian established the military outpost known as Khabarovka. Okay, so that is origin name. And later on, the post developed into a significant industrial hub for the area. In 1880, town status was awarded. It was granted its current name, Khabarovsk, in 1893. So that's how the origin name of Khabarovsk being happened. Next is the administrative hub of Khabarovsk is Khabarovsk, a Russian Far Eastern administrative region and federal subject is Khabarovsk. Situated in the center of the Russian Far East and a part of the Far Eastern Federal District. The Krai is one of the biggest administrative units in Russia. So next is motto. Actually, Khabarov does not have an official motto like many Western cities do. However, it is often associated with several honorary and symbolic titles that reflects its identity and importance. But unofficially, some of them say Khabarov lives on. That is unofficial, and they also say Khabarov as the heart of the Russian Far East. Okay, so while there is no formal motto, these phrases are commonly used to describe the spirit and role of Khabarovsk. The next is pollution. The total pollution in Khabarovsk was recorded in 2025 as an estimate approximately 649,000 inhabitants. This was recorded because their population percentage increased by 0.6% from 2024. And as you can see, this is the pollution for men, women, and by age category. So basically they not give an exact number but give the approximate number of the pollution. Next is transportation they use. The first one is Trans-Siberian Railway. This is the main rail artery connecting Khabarovsk with other major Russian cities like Moscow to west and Vladivostok on the Pacific coast. Second one is Baikal-Amur Mainline BAM corridor. This is another significant railway route, primarily a heavy haul corridor, which can link up with the Trans-Siberian at Tashit. It serves as an important alternative route to the Trans to Siberians. And lastly, number 3 is airport. Khabarovsk has an airport that facilitates air travel to various domestic and international destinations in the country. So next, local agricultural. First, they have a livestock, which is pork and poultry make up the majority of the meat produced in the large Far East district, with beef coming in second. Goat and mutton meat account for a relatively tiny portion of the total. So, number 2 is fisheries. The fisheries industry is a major economic activity, particularly in the northern areas, with the region ranking highly in the Far Eastern Federal District for the volume of aquatic biological resources carved. So basically, they caught many of fish like the salmon in their country, their region. So lastly is natural mineral. The region is a major producer of coal and is second in Russia for platinum mining. Basically, Khabarov agriculture focus on grains, vegetables, soybeans, and livestock, adapt to the region's far eastern climate. Despite the harsh weather, local farming remains important for food supply and regional economy. So the next one is unique product produce. The first one is mining. Khabarov is a major producer of gold and platinum and is the only region in Russia to mine tin. The next is second one, engineering. The region is a leading producer of various engineering products. And lastly, number third, wood materials. The region is a significant producer of wood materials. So next is unique custom and culture. Khabarov is a city of Russian, Asian, and indigenous culture blend together, creating a unique culture identify unlike anywhere else in Russia. It's like indigenous people. The region is home to several indigenous ethnic groups, including Nanai, Evenk, Olchi, Udich. Okay, and they contribute unique cultural elements like traditional clothing made from fish skin or fur, and handcrafted wooden and bone carvings, folk songs, dance, and storytelling. And lastly, there are strong respect for nature and river, especially the Amur River. The historical site and tourist sites of Khabarovsk. The first one for historical sites, they have Temple of Seraphim of Seraph, which is a spiritual landmark in the city. And next, they have Amur Bridge Museum, a museum located near the historic Amur Bridge. Okay, so that for historic sites. And next, tourist sites. We have Muravyov Amoruski Park, a park that serves as a popular recreational spot for both local and tourists. And lastly, they have Khabarovsk Regional Museum, features exhibits on the natural history, ethnography, and revolutions in the Russian Far East.